Hello, this is the story about Jamie, and he was lazy. He didn't like working, he didn't like digging, he didn't like sowing, he didn't like planting, but he did like eating. But that's a bit of a problem, because if he didn't do the sowing and the planting and the growing, then there wasn't anything to eat. One night he was walking home from the bottom of the hill, which is where the bridge was, up through the little town, up to the top where his cottage was. And he was going past the old oak tree, and he heard a tap, tap, tapping. That's odd, he said. Who would be doing tap, tap, tapping in the middle of the night? So he snuck a bit closer, and he peeked around the trunk of the tree, and there on the other side, where it was all soft and mossy-like, there was a little man with a red beard and green clothes and hairy ears, and he had a hammer and he was tapping shoes. "Ah," said Jamie, "it's a leprechaun for sure. Now, if I grab that leprechaun, he'll tell me where his gold is." So that's what he did. He snuck forward and he grabbed the leprechaun and he held him by his coat, and he said, "Hey, Mr. Leprechaun, I caught you tap-tap-tapping, making your shoes under moonlight. Now, you tell me where your gold is, and we will all be happy." "Oh," said the leprechaun, with a bit of a twinkle in his eye. "Well, Jamie, how do you know my name?" "Oh, I know lots of things, and I know that you haven't been doing your planting and your digging and your growing, and you're going to be hungry soon if you're not careful. Therefore, I propose to give you something that is richer than gold." "Oh, and what would that be?" "Well," said the little leprechaun, reaching into his coat, "this." "That?" "This. It's a potato." "Ah, but it's more than just a normal potato. This potato, if you plant it, will grow into something amazing." "Better than gold?" "Better than gold." "You sure?" "I'm sure." "Take it. What have you got to lose?" And the little leprechaun dropped the potato into Jamie's hand, and then boom, he'd gone, because Jamie took his eyes off the leprechaun as he looked at the potato. "Oh, well, doesn't look that special. Looks quite round. Got some little knobbly bits coming out. Well, I suppose I should plant it." So he went back home. He rummaged around. He got his old potato sack. He dropped it in, because he wasn't doing any of that digging stuff. That would be too much. And he took a nice handful of earth and he plonked it on top, and then he went back to bed and started snoring. Now, don't get ideas about this yourself, because it doesn't go this quickly normally, but in the morning there was a shaking going on from that sack, and Jamie got up and blearily went down and looked at the sack, and it was shaking like anything. It was getting bigger, it was getting bigger. The earth started coming out over the edges, the leaves started coming up, and then the sack exploded. Jamie went, "What is this?" That potato was growing potatoes that were huge. Now, do you remember where Jamie lived? Was he at the top of the hill or at the bottom of the hill? The top of the hill. You're right. Now, that potato was there at the top of the hill, and it was beginning to rock backwards and forwards. It was now bigger than I could stretch. And Jamie realised too late what was going to happen. He got out of the way, all right, but that potato started rolling down the hill. It went curving down where the road was. It went through the gap where the houses were. But when it reached the bottom of the hill, where the little stone bridge was, it stopped, thunk, and got stuck, gunk, in the bit of the bridge. Now, Jamie came running down afterwards, and he saw his potato stuck there. Thank goodness for that, it stopped. But oh dear, there was a problem. Because he couldn't move that potato. It was so big and the bridge was so small. And when all the other people from the village came down the hill, they couldn't move it. And then on the other side of the potato, there was a milk lady trying to deliver a milk, but she couldn't get into the village because of the potato. And coming down from the hill, well, there were the people trying to go to work, but they couldn't go to work because of the potato. Everyone looked at Jamie and started to scowl. "What have you done, Jamie?" "Oh," said Jamie. "Well, there was this little guy with hairy ears and he was tapping Jamie. Jamie, what are you going to do?" "Oh, and then there was a sort of rumble from his tummy. Well, we'll eat it." "Eat it?" "Yes." "Okay." So they went back and they got their knives and their forks and their carving knives and their pickaxes and their chainsaws and their spades, and they started digging into that potato. And some people had mashed potato, and some people had baked potato, and some people had roasted potato, and some people had boiled potato, and some people had potato fritters with dill sprinkled on the top. "Those were good," said Jamie. Slowly, 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 that potato got smaller and smaller and smaller until finally the milk lady could get across with the milk. The people going to work, well, they gave up for that day and they went back home. And everybody went back home for their tea. Not their tea. They were stuffed. And when Jamie said, "I think actually I have another one of those potatoes up at the top of the hill," they said, "Don't you dare. Keep to small potatoes, salad potatoes, none of these great big baker roaster monsters, because we like crossing our bridge." Went Jamie. "All right then."